My nightmare is becoming a sapper and being told to cut a certain colored wire, but cutting the wrong one instead.
I thought my wallpaper was orange, but it turned out to be green. I found out 7 years later.
My niece asked me to bring her markers, but then she sits and cries because I bring her the wrong color marker. I don't understand anything. What color is it?
Hi, we're ready once again to give one of you a cool gift. The rules are simple and you already know them. You need to like this video, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. And one lucky person who has met all our conditions will receive AirPods from us. We will announce the results in the community in 1 week. Don't miss it.
When a person cannot either distinguish or perceive certain colors or their shades.
Colors are very clearly different from each other, but when you put two similar colors side by side, they blend together. This is very different from color blindness, because a colorblind person does not see, or rather perceives a color that the whole world knows as green as a completely different color. I had a classmate with color blindness. Once we played a bad joke on him during art class and rearranged his markers, which he had laid out in order, and as a result there were brown grasses and green bears.
I have Deuteranomaly. This is the most common type of color blindness in the world. The peculiarity of Deuteranomaly is that people don't perceive shades of red, green and some yellow colors. Confusion arises only when all the colors are mixed together. I especially love the Belarusian flag. I adore how it's red on top, green from top to bottom, and that dividing stripe, it always seems to float for me. So for me, the whole flag can be either green or red, and usually it's red because green is a darker color.
Thank God I can distinguish all the colors, but I can't tell the same color apart from itself. If you take one color and break it into several shades and put two shades side by side, most likely they will blend together, but if the shades are from opposite ends of the spectrum, then they will naturally be distinguishable.
I can't distinguish between shades of yellow and green. If it's a green color with a yellowish tint, I'll say it's yellow. Or if it's a bit duller, for me it will still be yellow. The same green might look orange to me, and the same pink might seem a bit white if it has a slight tint. I don't understand it myself, and I can't always figure it out on my own.
As I understand it, I have something like the third degree, meaning I can't see shades of the third degree. As I've noticed in my life, for me purple and pink are the same, and neon green and yellow are the same. So the ones that are close to each other, for me, I can't see them at all. I mean, they're the same for me.
I discovered my wallpaper was actually green, not orange, after 7 years. That's how it happened. My parents believed I couldn't learn colors until the very end, but it turned out to be much cooler than that. It doesn't interfere with my studies. Choosing the right color is only a problem when I need to color something. If I need to color the sun, sometimes it turns out green, but otherwise everything is fine. I choose my clothes and my mom asks me, "Do you even know what color it is?" Sometimes I get it wrong.
I need to make coffee in the morning with the coffee machine and the light changes from red to yellow, from yellow to green, but the yellow is kind of unclear. So you have to wait for the green light before pressing the button, otherwise the coffee will be cold and tasteless. I often get confused with this. I press the button when it's yellow, start it, and then end up with a cold, basically, mass to enjoy. My niece asks me to bring her markers, but then she sits there and cries because I bring the wrong color marker. I'm confused. What color are you asking about? I have to call someone older so they can bring the right one. In computer games, it often happens that there's a green area in the game and a red dot marks where you need to go. Cool, the coolest color you could choose for a marker. Actually, when you can't tell the difference, you don't know where to go. You can only navigate using some maps or sounds, if the game has sounds.
I always feel uncertain about my color perception. When asked to identify a color, such as when choosing paint for walls, I struggle to give a definite answer. Because to me, it's all the same, but unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I don't know, other people see it differently. Someone can show me a picture made up of different shades, but I just won't be able to tell them apart. It'll all look like one single spot to me. Remember the game Zuma from our childhood? The frogs spat out balls, but I couldn't distinguish yellow from green or blue from purple. They always appeared identical to me. Do I ever feel like I'm lacking in my own abilities when it comes to identifying colors or doing everyday things? No, that's not the case. Awkward moments can arise in totally unexpected situations.
Until 9th grade, I was unaware of my color blindness. There were times when my parents would ask me to bring the green book and I'd bring a brown one instead. I'd be surprised, thinking the light made it look different. So I didn't know yet that I had this problem. I just thought, well, maybe I can't see well, or I just don't know the colors. So I thought I had some kind of developmental issues, not problems with color perception. A nightmare for me would be if I became a sapper and had to cut wires and they told me to cut a certain color, I might cut the wrong one. It's not like you wake up in life and someone asks you what color this is, and if you don't guess, you can't leave. No, that doesn't happen. Basically, I just see the world through my own eyes, and it doesn't really bother me much. Yeah, it did get in the way when I was applying somewhere, but overall it doesn't really affect anything.
So right away at the commission, they told me I wouldn't be able to get a professional license. An amateur one, yes, so I can drive my own car, but not others.
I haven't seen a single country where the red light is on the bottom, for example. Even with that logic, you can understand that the red light is on top, yellow in the middle, green at the bottom, or if there are only two signals on the traffic light, then red is on top and green is at the bottom. You can understand it logically. Also, not all colorblind people admit it when getting their driver's license. In some cases, like in mine, the office was on the 4th floor and the doctor suddenly stopped all her paperwork, went down to the 1st floor. About 20 minutes passed and she brought in this huge Soviet traffic light. It still worked with incandescent bulbs. I have no idea where she got it from. It was all dusty. She plugs it in and goes, "What color is this?" And I'm like, "Green." "What color?" "Well, yellow." "That'll do." When you tell someone who doesn't know about it that you have color vision deficiency, they immediately start looking for any object and go, "What color is this? Quick, tell me." And you have to go, yeah, what color? Beige, it's beige or brown. So you have to keep naming colors until, after 3 times they finally calm down, but you have to keep answering their questions. Some people who are more savvy, like my sister, she already starts teasing me about it. She goes, "Oh," and then starts giving me a color blindness test. She showed me those dot and circle pictures on her phone, asking me what color they were. It was quite amusing.
When I have to answer a client about what it is and how I live with it, one of the most common questions is, "Are you colorblind?" Then come the questions, "And what color is this?"
My favorite questions are, "So do you see everything in black and white?" Or, "What color is this? What color is the pen there? The girl's hair?" Well, those are my favorite questions. I hear them every day.
People think they can cure me, so they immediately say, "Look, Ilya, this is green, remember it?" They attempt to teach me as if teaching a legless person to run. It's quite absurd. Other than that, there aren't really any dumb questions. It's just like, how do you see color? But how am I supposed to explain that? How do I see color? Well, I just see color like this.
Good choice. 6? No, well, there was something green there. I think I see that it's like a 6, but it's green. And everything around it is orange. Well, I don't see 13. I can see the 9 clearly, but nothing else is there.
And what color do you see where there's nothing?
Well, overall, it's kind of greenish blue, but there's nothing there.
There's a red 5 there.
That's cool, that's fun.
It's so pink.
I can clearly see the first 9, but I'm unsure if the second half is a 3 or 5. Now I can't see anything.
What am I supposed to find here?
Well, do you see anything in the picture?
And what do you see in general?
Well, a lot of dots.
And what color are the dots?
Well, there are a lot of colors here.
I only see a 9 here.
The second digit, there are 2. Oh, there are 2. No, I don't see it.
That's it. The person hates us now.
No, I've already taken this test once.
I see that some in the center are a bit paler, but there's nothing really clear. Maybe a circle or maybe something like a 6, but I'm not sure. Actually, for me, that wasn't the hardest part. It was difficult when they gave that thing like a gradient chart, with those little rectangles. When they're all just dark from dark red to dark brown, they all look the same to me. They can point out that this is brown and that's dark red, but honestly, I don't see the difference myself. I'm not even sure. I just guess, because I don't know what to say, since I don't really see any difference between them. I thought I could get away with it, but it didn't work. In the end, they said I was sick.
Approximately 18 to 24 months ago, buses displayed an ad featuring a rectangle on a white background. The rectangle had a red background with a green outline of our country. The caption there was "I love Belarus" or something similar. Naturally, I looked at all that advertising and didn't understand why there was red, just a big rectangle made of hearts. Like, what's the point of this ad? I sent it to my friend, who said, "Tosta, that's actually the outline of Belarus." Upon reviewing the outline on my phone, I realized that it was indeed correct. On my phone, I see that I have color correction enabled and red shifts to pink for me. So, well, I can somehow use my phone to turn on all these shades. One day, a girl invited me to go with her, I don't know why I agreed, to a store where they sell all sorts of nail polishes, creams and stuff like that. She's obsessed with pink. It was really awesome. She brings me 7 little bottles of nail polish and says, "So, which one is better?" I'm like, "Why did you bring me 7 identical bottles?"
When our class went to the military enlistment office, we started taking the test, the booklet where you have to find the figure, the number made out of dots. Everyone had already told me that I have this anomaly. They said I was the first in my city in 10 years. I walk out and then my acquaintance goes in. Minutes later, the doctor returns saying, "Jackpot, now there are 2 of you." After that, we went to school and the teasing started. That was the happiest time. We asked about the color of the girl's eyes and hair. That second guy wasn't around, so he just guessed, couldn't say the exact color, said something like, "Well, trees in winter." Everyone started laughing at me. I thought it was gray or something, but they told me it was rose. Then that same guy came and they asked him what color her hair was, and he said like trees in winter.
Well, that was quite recently. I just decided to buy some persimmons with a friend in winter. In the end, I bought a green one. I thought it was orange. It looked orange, but it turned out to be green, and that's it. And basically it wasn't that good, really not that good. It's okay. Then he said, like, "Are you an idiot? It was green. Did you see it right away?" "Yeah, I saw it. Why didn't you say anything?"
Well, I thought you saw it yourself. I can only see individual colors if it's something really specific, like a red wire or, I don't know, a green circuit board, like all that fiberglass. I can see that well, but if there's a mix of all the colors, that's when it gets confusing. There was a moment when I had to make a block like that for the client in the meeting rooms, which lights up either red or green depending on whether it's occupied or not. The client stands over my shoulder, demanding I make it green immediately. I agree, but he points out that it's yellow. I respond saying I was just testing him despite knowing it was yellow. So basically I had to redo it in green, yeah? Like I moved it green, no, green, no. So I had to keep moving it until it was the shade of green he liked.